Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit the ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Greetings everybody. Today guys we will take a look at the euro currency again because our recent analysis on the Japanese yen that we have prepared during the weekend is still valid, and currently yen is calling inside the recent swing, and as we said, we probably could start to think about taking a long position on Japanese yen. But since on the euro currency we have some shy progress in the situation around 133.25 133.50 area, we will take a look at it. On the daily chart we see almost the same picture as on the previous week, but recall that we have discussed the possible appearing of the double repo buy pattern here, Jordan-Napley pattern, that could trigger retracement to the upside. Currently we've got only the first close above the 3x3, and you see that market is continuing to move lower and lower, and during this action here we didn't get the close above the 3x3, the second close above the 3x3. So currently it's a reasonable question appears whether we will get it and what we should do if market, for example, we create the new low, third low to the downside and close above the 3x3 and so on, or market could turn to the upside. So guys, the situation is relatively simple. So if market will turn to the upside and close above the 3x3, that will be the confirmed double repo buy pattern. Although it will be not very, it will not be the perfect shape, but in general still it will be rather nice. And if market will form this pattern, we could treat it as the confirmed double repo buy. But what will happen if market will continue to move lower? In this case, we could get the pattern, the harmonic pattern that I have drawn on the 4-hour time frame chart, and this pattern calls it the three drive buy. So you can see this bottom stands at 127 extension of this thrust up, of this retracement up. Okay. If we will measure this retracement and count extension to the downside, we will see that the 1618 of the first drive stands very close to the 127 of the second one, and that theoretically should be the point of the third drive. So market should reach it and then turns to the upside. That is how this pattern in general works. The target will be this top, this minimum target of the retracement, the top between the second and third drive. So guys, if you will take a look, this extension slightly lower, you can see that this 127 stands even closer. But anyway, here also market could form some harmonic pattern. For example, here market could form the butterfly. That's also very often happens when the butterfly becomes the part of the larger harmonic patterns, such as the head and shoulders, three drives. So very often they combine and include some smaller patterns of the butterfly. That's the pattern that we will be watching for. And in fact, actually guys, we do not care much what pattern will be formed. Either this will be the double repo buy, so if market will not complete the three drive turn to the upside, and will give us the confirmed double repo buy pattern. In this case, this will be also a reversal pattern. Or if the double repo will fail, or better to say not quite fail, but will not be formed, and market will continue to move lower and will form this free drive buy, that's also good because we will get another pattern, this reversal pattern that we also could trade. And currently, why I think that here is reversal in general possible, and why I'm talking about it at all, so because due to the picture that we have on the hourly chart. On the hourly chart, guys, take a look. So we could get some sort of the head and shoulders pattern. So the market will find some power to hold in this area. You'll see that in this case we could get some kind of the head and shoulders, and the market will turn to the upside and continue to move higher. That's also possible because if we will measure the extensions, guys, of this downward action, it's probably, I suggest that market stands at minor 618 extension, at least very close to it. Right. So you can see that market has hit the minor extension of this ABCD pattern. It's 1618, and that's why we can't exclude totally that market really could turn to the upside and will form this head and shoulders pattern. This is also very often happens when the double repo take the shape of the head and shoulders on the intraday charts. That's also is possible. Also take note how this really perfect extension was. So A, B, C, D patterns, pips to pips, 1618 extension. So we not need it, but just nicely looking picture. So that's been said, on the euro currency, in the short-term perspective, 1-2 days perspective, we could get two different patterns. If market will be able to hold here at this level, we still could get the head and shoulders and market start move to the upside. But if even we will get this head and shoulders, do not trade it probably as the head and shoulders per se, but mostly take it in a relation to the daily pattern and mostly act according to the double repo pattern. So the market will turn to the upside, close about the 3x3 within the 1-2 sessions. Well, in this case, we will get the confirmed double repo pattern. So we should treat it as double repo pattern, but it probably will be better than trade it as the hourly head and shoulders. And the second, if it will happen so that market will not hold there and will fail to hold above this area and turns to the downside, in this case we will be watching for possible 3-drive buy that should push up from the 133 area approximately with this retracement. That's guys, the short-term trading plan on the euro currency.